Hey everybody, my name is Lowell and welcome to the channel. So we've got a couple of videos here. Now, this is about throwing a shoe in Florida, or if the Florida player threw a shoe. I have no idea. But anyway, we're going to jump in. We're going to have a look at it. So let's do, was the Florida shoe throw really that bad? We're about to find out. Let's jump in and let's have a look at this. Okay.
In every video I make, I try to answer a question. Today's question is, how much damage can one shoe do to an entire college sports program? It is our quest to find out. Let's go back to the beginning. In 7000 BC, the shoe was invented. Okay, maybe that's
a bit far.
Actually, let's start from now and work backwards, shall we?
Okay.
It's 2024 as I record this, and boy, are our times unprecedented. I mean, if you'd told me in 2008 that over the next 16 years, Florida would have had 5 head coaches, I sure wouldn't have believed you. But yes, it has been that rough in Gatorland. All that, and not even one college football playoff berth, much less another national championship. A far cry from the golden era of Florida football in the 90s and 2000s. Granted, the coaches since Urban Meyer retired, the coaches since Urban Meyer took a one-year vacation have had their moments, but all those moments ended pretty quickly. This is their current guy, Billy Napier. He is not the main character of today's story. In fact, he's just a byproduct of a butterfly effect whose genesis lies 4 seasons ago at one singular moment, where Florida had all their goals lying right in front of them. A golden opportunity to step forth into the limelight they had been so dearly missing for a decade. And somehow, here we are now, with a different coach already on a hot seat through some inexplicable chain of events. What we're here to do today is climb up that chain till we get to the top. Strap in! This video isn't just about the Florida shoe throw. This is about the consequences.
Okay.
Let's find out when the other shoe drops. Well, okay, so 2023 was bad, but not in any truly remarkable way. I mean, Florida did beat Tennessee, and then ended the season by losing 5 in a row. Interestingly, they did have their chances in pretty much all those games, but they were not able to take that next step. And what's unfortunate for me
5 in a
is
row,
that
that's
this
a bit
season
rough.
Gets us absolutely nowhere. Let's try 1 year earlier. See, here's something to start with. Anthony Richardson finally freed from the shackles of his former part-time gig and emerging as Florida's only good player in 2022. Okay, that's not entirely fair. After all, Ricky Pearsall also exists. Also, Florida upset number 7 Utah in the first game of the season.
Oh, look at him just standing there. Wow.
Sure, that was mostly thanks to Richardson, but surely we can carry this momentum forward, can't we? Oh wait, they immediately lost to Kentucky, followed soon after by Tennessee, LSU, Georgia, and Vandy? Okay, that's a little embarrassing. Then they lost to Florida State and then got obliterated by an Oregon State that deserved a much better opponent. A 6-7 record certainly is not ideal, but that's fine, and you know why? It's only Billy Napier's first year. I mean, this guy was an absolute rising star during his time at Louisiana Lafayette. I mean, he had the Ragin' Cajuns of all teams ending multiple seasons ranked. This guy's gonna be fine. We just gotta give him time and not be so impatient like we always are here in Gatorland. Speaking of which, why is it Billy Napier's first year? Dan Mullen was fired. Wait, who's Dan Mullen again?
Wow, they've had a lot of coaches.
Dan Mullen was hired at the end of 2017 from a 9-season stint at Mississippi State, where he earned the honor of being the #1 team in the first ever college football playoff rankings before losing 3 of their last 4 to end that year. And okay, he didn't really do much else besides that. I guess he is a touted quarterback whisperer. I mean, how could you not be when you coach Dak Prescott? So with all this, why was he fired so soon? Florida went 2-6 in the SEC in 2021, lost 4 of their last 5 with Mullen at the helm, and was losing 35-42 at halftime to Samford. Okay, I understand everyone forgetting about this game, but my jaw legitimately dropped when I was doing research for this. Yes, by the way, this was the one win in Mullen's last 5 games. A nail-biter against a below 500 FCS school. Alright, fair enough, but this guy was supposed to be a good coach. How could this possibly happen?
Ladies and gentlemen, in 2021, Florida had a QB controversy.
Oh.
And even better, it was of the both these guys suck variety.
Say hello to Emory Jones and Anthony Richardson. Hey, we already know the latter guy, but this time he's twice as inexperienced. What's worse is it was clear from the very beginning that Mullen didn't trust either of them to be the full-time starter. I mean, who doesn't love splitting snaps between quarterbacks? And it doesn't help that Anthony Richardson outplayed Jones for the first 2 games of the year before he got injured and couldn't go in the Bama game. And in that Bama game, Emory Jones actually played pretty damn well. Sure, the 2-point conversion to tie it was an epic fail, but that was a pretty great showing regardless. And Jones followed it up with a dual-threat masterpiece against Tennessee, too. Well, that sucked. Now looks like Anthony Richardson is all healed up, which means the QB controversy is back online, baby. Once again, Richardson is outplaying Jones, but now they're both playing like garbage to boot.
Boss, this has nothing to do with the shoe throw.
Yes, it does. Be patient. I'm getting there. After all this talk about the quarterbacks is only relevant in the first place. Florida's defense is awful. Want to hear some stats? Hold on, let me put on some music first. That's more like it. 74th in the country in points allowed per game. 85th in the country in rushing yards per game. 8th in the country in most automatic first downs given up from penalties. I guess they didn't learn their lesson from last year. Oh wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. And all this defensive misery falls on the shoulders of one man. Of Todd Grantham.
General, continue.
Todd Grantham has had an extensive history as a football coach. See? Here it is. Anyway, in his first couple seasons at Florida, much like Dan Mullen, Todd Grantham's defenses actually weren't bad, but the term third and Grantham hadn't been coined for no reason. When his defenses broke, they really broke, and it was bad pretty much all year, especially allowing 49 points to an absolutely uninspired LSU offense, but it culminated in the South Carolina game where his defense gave up 40 points to a third-string quarterback? Well, that's just flatly unacceptable. Of course, the very next day, Grantham was fired. But this begs the question, if this guy sucked so much, why wasn't he fired ages ago? Of 2020. Where the play of Florida, despite their defense, gave Dan Mullen plausible deniability to be loyal and keep his coaches together. After all, 2020 was Florida's closest bid to the college football playoff since the playoff itself was created in 2014. So, you may ask, how on earth does a defense that bad get that close to the playoffs? Of 3 guys, Kyle Trask, Kyle Pitts, Kadarius Toney. The rest of Florida's offense was pretty impressive too all year, but those 3 guys had their fingerprints over high-scoring game after high-scoring game. This year, Dan Mullen's offense finally clicked, and they finally won games they needed to in order to be in the playoff picture at the end of the season. Well, most notably, they won one single important game, Georgia. Georgia had beaten Florida 3 years in a row, and coincidentally, in all 3 of those seasons, they went on to represent the East in the SEC Championship. If Florida wants to be the new blood in the champ game, they're going to have to dethrone the incumbents. What doesn't help their cause is the Grantham-led Florida defense instantly allowing a 75-yard leisurely stroll to open the game. And then another easy touchdown soon after. Wait, did I read this wrong? The final score says 44-28 Florida.
Trask going.
Wow. Okay.
Touchdown for Trask. Going to
Wow. They really came back.
Now they come with some pressure, but the ball goes to the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow, good
See,
catch.
that makes more sense. This was the game that put 2020 Florida on the map. They had one loss to Texas A&M on a field goal walk-off earlier in the year. That Georgia game was the second win in what became a 6-game win streak in dominant offensive fashion, with the Heisman candidacy for Trask slowly building throughout as well. Yes, that really happened. God, 2020 was a weird year. So, of course, all that offensive success thrust Florida into a New Year's Six bowl game, and they got absolutely
Smashed.
obliterated. Seriously, what the hell even was this game? It was like Florida was sleepwalking. Where is the urgency? 3 interceptions in the first quarter by your Heisman finalist? 48 points given up defensively plus a pick 6? There truly must be only one explanation for this. Florida was woefully unmotivated for this game. Florida barely lost the SEC championship the game before and was sad about it. Okay, let me explain. It's the 4th time Florida's made the SEC championship since they won the national championship in 2008. All 3 times before, they lost to Alabama. Despite the up and down nature of Florida's past decade, here's their chance to finally make the statement to the Kings themselves that they are back. If Florida can come out on top in the 2020 SEC championship, it changes everything. Immediate touchdown for Bama, followed by an immediate touchdown for Florida, followed by a Mac Jones interception. This is Florida's chance to take
Smith has got it back.
Another patented Alabama stroke of luck, baby. Alabama steams ahead to a 28-10 lead. Florida does score a touchdown with a minute left in the half, though, and they'll get the ball to start the second 2. Surely their defense can stop Alabama in the last minute until halftime, right? Oh, never mind. Touchdown, Bama. Halftime. But there's still an entire half left for Florida to do something incredible. Florida touchdown to open the second half, and Florida's defense finally gets a stop. I thought that was illegal. Florida cannot miss this opportunity, and they don't. 12-play drive, another touchdown. All of a sudden, it's a 4-point game as we go into the 4th quarter. Florida's hanging closer to Alabama than anyone has all year. Can the Florida defense get one more stop? No, despite a Herculean effort, Alabama touchdown again. The Florida has been able to answer all half. Keep the pedal to the... Oh, wait, Trask fumbled it. And Alabama immediately adds on. Now time for touchdown ping pong, but touchdown ping pong isn't going to get it done this late in the game, despite Florida finally getting another stop on Bama's offense. Florida only has 16 seconds for a miracle walk-off touchdown, which they do not get.
Oh, crunched.
Alabama survives.
Damn, this stings. There are so many points in this game that you could look at and think if only
that's
this
a
one thing had gone
game.
differently, we could have won the SEC championship. If you could have mustered just a little more juice sometime in this game, if you were coming into this game with just a little bit extra to fight for, you could have found the strength to change this outcome and change the future. Like, say, if there had been an invitation to the college football playoff on the line, for instance? Yeah, remember when I said 2020 was Florida's closest bid to the playoff? They did not lose that bid in this game. That bid had already been lost 1 week ago.
Oh.
Why, you may ask? Here we go. The top of the chain. Florida is 8-1, ranked number 6 in the country. They've already booked a trip to the SEC championship on the back of their play this season, and if they win this game and the SEC championship, Florida unlocks their first ever college football playoff berth and finally gets the Gators back in the national limelight where they belong. The future is as wide open as it's been since 2009. And this game today is against 2020 LSU no less, who not only sucks this year, but is also injured to hell. I mean, they're starting Max Johnson at quarterback today. Although Kyle Pitts is out today for Florida as well, you still have so many playmakers behind him. Just got to do what your offense has done all year and keep the future open. First drive goes all the way down to the 1, but LSU, with only 54 scholarship players available, turns Florida over on downs. Oh, look, it's Bo Pelini. I'm sorry for making that joke twice. Well, that's not ideal. Let's see what Max Johnson can do. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? Looks like it's going to be a stoppable force versus a movable object on that side of the ball today. Florida immediately scores a touchdown in response, and then LSU moves right down the field to answer that. And then a bunch of nothing happens for the rest of the quarter until Kyle Trask steps back to throw and...
intercepted.
Eli Ricks injured earlier, but back out there now, and he's going to go all the way for an LSU touchdown.
LSU fan favorite Eli Ricks, no less, but it's okay. Florida moves right back down the field again, though. Oh my god, that has to be the unluckiest interception maybe ever? LSU does nothing with it, though, and Florida moves right down the field again and begins to assert dominance. Field goal, 3 and out, touchdown. Now just have your defense hold them to end the half. Oh, I forgot. Florida doesn't have any defense. Wide open touchdown.
Ouch.
Immediate fumble by Florida.
Oh my
and
God.
an LSU field goal. Halftime, then a 17-play excursion by LSU coming out of the half, leading to another field goal. God, come on, defense. You guys do know what you're up against, right? You have a college football playoff opportunity on the line. Well, down by 10 now. Time to crawl out of the hole you've dug yourselves into, Florida. Now is when your offense needs to shine.
Going deep again and running under it is Tony. Pushed down and out.
There you go. Touchdown. And you immediately get the ball right back and do some more big plays.
Oh.
Give it to Tony again.
Kadarius Tony puts Florida back
Wow.
on.
Just like
Okay.
that, back in the lead. And it's foggy now.
Oh.
Time for some punts. Punt, punt. Marco Wilson
Wow, look
forces
at the fog.
another
What
punt.
the hell?
If only he wasn't egregiously interfering with Kayshawn Booty in the process. Surely this will be the only mistake Wilson makes today. Another patented Gators automatic first down, and LSU runs tempo right down the field into the end zone and takes the lead back. Well, that's unfortunate, but it's time for Florida to answer back once more. Oh, never mind. Time for more punts. Punt, 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 and punt. All of a sudden, just under 6 minutes are left in this game. The dread is beginning to set in. Are they really gonna blow this opportunity before they even get the opportunity? Not on Kadarius Tony's watch, baby. Huge game. Trask rewards him by feeding him again. And then another deep throw from Trask. And just like that, Florida's inside the 10. All they need to do is finally break the red zone barrier into the end zone. And they don't. Well, I guess we'll take the tie, which makes it now time for Florida's defense to be the one to make the stand. They've had their moments, good and bad, tonight, but as Todd Grantham sure has heard, they've been much maligned all year by not just Florida fans, but the entire league. Now's their chance to
Man, what a
rewrite the
seesaw
narrative.
game that is.
Can they pick up their defensive coordinator? Can they pick up their team and put their insane offense in the driver's seat to win this game and keep their college football
Gator.
playoff hopes alive? Third down.
Oh, here we
One
go.
more stop is all you
In the
need.
flat. Can Cole Taylor get there? No, nowhere near the line to make. Trying to go up and over.
They did it. Florida, this is how good your team is. The football gods have thrown everything in the kitchen sink at you this game, and still here you are with it all in front of you. Your offense gets it back
My God,
with
you
a
can't
minute
even
and a
see.
half left to move it down the field against this decimated LSU defense and just kick a field goal to win this game and meet Alabama next week for the right to make your first ever college football playoff. It's all in your hands. This is your chance.
Oh no.
Oh wait, you threw it away.
Was that his cleat? For LSU? Oh no.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, unsportsmanlike conduct, unsportsmanlike
Oh,
conduct,
no.
unsportsmanlike conduct. The LSU player shoot, 20 yards down the field, 20 yards down the field.
I guess that all
So how
accumulated
much
to that
damage
one
can one
point.
shoe do to an entire college sports program? Who knows? Maybe Florida would still be in this same position today, regardless of whether Marco Wilson threw that shoe. But maybe not. Maybe Florida does beat Alabama to make the college football playoff. Maybe they even win it. Maybe despite Dan Mullen's unwillingness to recruit, he gets players coming in just on the back of a hype. Maybe 2021 doesn't suck. Maybe Dan Mullen is still the coach today. Maybe Florida is a dynasty now. That is what the shoe throw destroyed. Opportunity. So yes,
Yikes.
the shoe throw was really that bad. Speaking of opportunity, now that the video is over, go watch my Tulane football videos. Yes, I'm doing.
Okay, let's move into the second one.
Making a lot of noise.
Okay, so this is the
Approaching 2
actual
minutes to
game.
go. in the flat. Can Cole Taylor get
okay.
there? No, nowhere near the line to make. Try to go up and over. And
Wow, that happened really quick, didn't it?
Wilson and Trevez Johnson. Just flag down. We have no chance of seeing that from our booth in this fog.
Man, that has happened so quickly.
He dumped it off.
Shoe came
so
off.
It was an aggressive call.
And then he just threw it away.
The penalty is going to be because one of the Florida defensive
there he is
players
in the background putting his shoe on.
the cleat of 87 and threw it down the field.
Oh, wow.
You can't do that.
Oh, wow.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 11 of the defense, throwing the LSU player's shoe 20 yards down the field. That's his first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game. Automatic first down.
I don't think I've ever heard an official announce throwing a player's shoe.
Look at him. He just kind of done it.
It was Marco Wilson.
Don't necessarily need to get another first down.
Okay.
In range for York.
What a lapse in
fighting for every critical yard, gets stacked up. This is for the lead.
Okay, so this is where it came in.
Seconds. Career long 53.
Yep.
Snap and hold are good. Did he get all of that? It's right down the middle, and it is good from 57 yards. LSU takes the lead with 23 seconds to go. Scramble mode from the LSU field goal team.
Yep, take all the anxiety out of it from
Man,
that
good
standpoint.
kick as well.
And what a cool customer Cade York proved to be.
This season.
Oh, he's doing the
LSU
gator.
with 3 safeties in the ball game right now.
In prevent mode, Trask fires to the sideline. Is that a catch in bounds? Yes, it is.
Zone, kind of a soft coverage right now in front of Kyle Trask.
Just a 3-man rush thrown over the middle. Almost hit the official. That's Kadarius Toney down in bounds. The clock stops for a moment to move the chains. They need to use one of those 2 timeouts.
You're rushing 3, you're dropping 8. Kyle Trask is taking what you give him. And if you do that one more time, he'll get another completion in field goal range. Kadarius Toney a little slow, banged up a little bit, and Kyle Trask still has 1 timeout. So no matter where the ball's complete, he's good.
It's still just a 3-man rush. He pulls it down. Juggling catch made by Toney. 2 seconds left. They get the last timeout.
I mean, even if you get that.
51. It is hooking. It is no good. Barely wide to the left. Florida is upset by LSU in the swamp. He's made 4 career 50-yard plus field goals.
Oh, he just pulled
most in a single season.
Just pulled it.
In Florida history.
Just to the left.
But he couldn't make the 5th.
A little bit of pressure from the outside by Jay Ward might have affected him.
So,
thank you for watching ESPN.
Obviously, you know, the shoe throwing as the first initial video, it's all about opportunity. You know, you lose that match, and then obviously you lose that position to be able to go into the championship. So a simple thing like, you know, something that's happened, you know, split. I mean, when you see the play in real time, you know, he falls down, picks up the shoot, throw it, you can't even see it. It's so quick, you know, something he's probably never even thought if he just kind of saw it. But it's things like that. It's having that self-control, I guess, on the field and having that awareness that, you know, if I pick up this shoe and throw it, what are they going to do to the team, you know? So, and that one little penalty, first down, they got within field goal, kicked it, won the game. So, yikes. It's amazing, you know, as you watch college football, what can happen. You never know what's going to happen in a game. And one little move, one little thing, one little moment in time can change the outcome of a game and of a season as well, too. So that was interesting. Interesting kind of that, you know, that run up to that incident where, you know, threw the shoe, but all that came before it, you know. So that was very interesting video. So yikes, that one little moment, lapse in concentration, whatever you want to call it, throw somebody's shoe down the field and, you know, it results in you losing the game, you know, losing maybe a potential spot in the championship, it definitely has consequences, that's for sure. So guys, let me know what you thought of that. Thank you very much for joining me today. Make sure you stay safe, and I will definitely see you in the next reaction video. Did you enjoy that video? Why not watch another one?